Ah, the British royal family, the ultimate mix of tradition, glam, and a sprinkle of scandal. Forget what you've seen in those polished photo shoots behind the scenes. It's a whole different ball game. We're diving deep into the juiciest secrets they've tried to keep under wraps, and trust me, it's a roller coaster ride of intrigue and drama. So while they're busy waving from balconies and attending state dinners, there's a whole treasure trove of scandals and personal struggles lurking beneath the surface. From ancient scandals to modern-day dramas, the royals have been keeping secrets like it's their side hustle. But why are we so obsessed with prying into their private lives? Well, it's not just about digging up dirt, it's about seeing the human side of these seemingly untouchable figures. Turns out they're not so different from us after all. So grab your popcorn and get ready as we spill the tea on 20 royal secrets they'd rather you didn't know. Extramarital affairs. Let's take a peek behind the palace curtain, shall we? The British royal family has found itself at the center of more than a few scandalous whispers about extramarital affairs over the years. Now, not every rumor comes with a royal seal of approval, mind you. Some are swiftly denied faster than you can say crown jewels. But let's zoom in on one of the juiciest scandals in recent memory, the affair between Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles. Picture this: Charles and Camilla struck up a close friendship back in the 70s. But life got in the way. Camilla married Andrew Parker Bowles and Charles tied the knot with Lady Diana Spencer in 1981. Yet love, or whatever you want to call it, found a way back, sparking up again during Charles's marriage to Diana. Cue the drama. Things hit the fan in the 90s when their affair went public, thanks to some leaked intimate conversations. Famously dubbed Camillagate, the scandal was like a royal earthquake, shaking up Charles's reputation and becoming the talk of the town. Then there's Diana, bless her heart, who famously said, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." Yeah, that didn't help Charles and Camilla's case much. Fast forward through a messy divorce and Diana's tragic passing, and Charles and Camilla finally got their happy ending in 2005, tying the knot and making Camilla the Duchess of Cornwall. Talk about a plot twist. Now, it's not just Charles and Camilla who've had their fair share of scandalous whispers. From past royals to the current bunch, rumors of infidelity have been floating around like confetti at a royal wedding. But hey, when you live in the spotlight, every little hiccup becomes headline news. So, while the royals strive to keep their personal lives under wraps, the paparazzi and the public are always on the lookout for the next big scoop. Because, let's face it, when it comes to royal scandals, the drama never seems to end. Nazi salute. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're jumping straight into a controversial moment in royal history. The scene is set in 1933, and a video surfaces showing a young Queen Elizabeth II, her sister Princess Margaret, and their mother, Queen Elizabeth, casually throwing up a Nazi salute. Yep, you heard that right, the royal wave took a seriously dark turn. Now, as you can imagine, this video caused quite the stir. I mean, seeing members of the British royal family cozying up to a symbol associated with Hitler's regime? Talk about a royal scandal. The backlash was swift and fierce. People were rightfully outraged, questioning how on earth this could have happened. Some chalked it up to youthful ignorance, while others weren't so forgiving, seeing it as a troubling glimpse into potential sympathies or affiliations. Despite attempts to brush it off, the video remains a thorn in the royal family's side. It's a reminder that even the most revered institutions aren't immune to controversy, especially when it comes to navigating the murky waters of history and politics. So next time you see a member of the royal family waving from the balcony, just remember, behind all that pomp and circumstance, there's a whole lot of drama lurking in the shadows. Queen Elizabeth's cousins hidden in mental institutions, a controversial family secret. Let's delve into a lesser-known chapter of royal history, shall we? Meet Nerissa and Catherine Bowes-Lyon, nieces of Queen Elizabeth II, who were born with severe learning disabilities. Back in the 1940s, when societal attitudes towards mental disabilities were vastly different, the sisters were placed in the Royal Earlswood Institution for Mental Defectives in Surrey, England, to shield the royal family from any potential embarrassment. Fast forward to 1961, and a shocking discovery was made: Nerissa and Catherine were listed as deceased on their mother's death certificate. Cue the speculation and questions about their whereabouts and treatment. Despite living for decades in the institution, they received no visits from family members and essentially faded into obscurity. It wasn't until 1987 that journalist Giles Brandreth unearthed the truth about the sisters while researching a book about the royal family. His findings sent shockwaves through the public, sparking a media frenzy and widespread criticism of the royal family's handling of the situation. Buckingham Palace initially remained tight-lipped, leading to accusations of indifference. Eventually, they acknowledged the sisters' existence but denied direct responsibility for their institutionalization or the misinformation surrounding their deaths. Prince Harry's partying. Now let's take a stroll down memory lane to revisit Prince Harry's younger years. Before tying the knot with Meghan Markle, Prince Harry was often portrayed in the media as a bit of a royal rebel, with a penchant for partying and the occasional wild escapade. Yep, he was the quintessential party prince. Reports swirled about his lively social scene, complete with tales of underage drinking and smoking. The paparazzi were never far behind, eager to capture every moment of his nightlife adventures and social gatherings. Being a member of the royal family meant that every headline-grabbing shenanigan was magnified tenfold. But let's not forget, behind the glitz and glam, Prince Harry was also dealing with some heavy stuff. The loss of his mother, Princess Diana, at a young age, and the weight of royal duties undoubtedly took their toll, shaping his behavior during his formative years. Fast forward to today, and we've seen a whole new side of Prince Harry emerge. Settling down with Meghan Markle marked a turning point, as they both shifted their focus to charitable work and advocacy. Yep, the party prince has transformed into a dedicated husband, father, and public figure committed to making a positive impact on the world. So, while his partying days might be a thing of the past, Prince Harry's journey from wild child to responsible royal is a testament to growth, resilience, and the power of second chances. Duchess of Windsor's Nazi connections. It's time to unravel the enigmatic tale of Wallis Simpson, the Duchess of Windsor, whose shadow looms large over British royal history. Her romance with King Edward VIII sparked a scandal of epic proportions, leading to his abdication from the throne in 1936 and forever altering the monarchy's trajectory. But beyond the whirlwind of romance, Wallis Simpson's associations with high-ranking Nazis add another layer of intrigue to her story. In the lead-up to World War II, Wallis and Edward found themselves rubbing elbows with the European elite, including members of the German aristocracy and political circles. Their social circle included figures like Joachim von Ribbentrop, who would later serve as Hitler's foreign minister, raising eyebrows and stirring speculation about their political leanings. The extent of Wallis and Edward's involvement with Nazi sympathizers remains a point of contention among historians. While some argue they were merely seeking social acceptance and were politically naive, others suggest a more active engagement with pro-Nazi elements. Unraveling Wallis Simpson's true political allegiances amidst the fog of history is no easy feat. What's clear is that her connections to individuals with Nazi affiliations were kept under wraps during her time in the royal spotlight. The British establishment, keen to maintain a facade of propriety, downplayed any hint of association with the enemy during wartime. Decades later, Wallis Simpson's ties to high-ranking Nazis continue to captivate historians and royal enthusiasts alike. They serve as a poignant reminder of the intricate web of love, power, and politics that defined her life and the tumultuous era in which she lived. Prince Andrew's friendship with Jeffrey Epstein? Let's look into one of the most contentious chapters in recent royal history, the association between Prince Andrew, Duke of York, and Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender. Epstein's sordid past as a sex trafficker of minors cast a dark shadow over his extensive network of high-profile connections, including Prince Andrew. Photographs and reports emerged, showing Prince Andrew socializing with Epstein on multiple occasions, even after Epstein's conviction. These interactions sparked widespread concern and raised serious questions about Prince Andrew's judgment and awareness of Epstein's illicit activities. Adding fuel to the fire were allegations of sexual misconduct leveled against Prince Andrew himself, notably by Virginia Giuffre, who accused him of sexually abusing her when she was a minor. Prince Andrew vehemently denied these accusations, but the scandal prompted him to step back from his royal duties in November 2019, underlining the gravity of the situation. The royal family faced significant backlash for its handling of the controversy, with demands for Prince Andrew to cooperate fully with law enforcement investigations and offer more transparency about his ties to Epstein. Despite his protests of innocence, Prince Andrew's association with Epstein tarnished his reputation and raised doubts about his suitability as a member of the royal family. Sarah Ferguson's bribery scandal: a royal fall from grace. In May 2010, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York and ex-wife of Prince Andrew, found herself in hot water. A sting operation by News of the World caught her on tape offering access to Prince Andrew for €500,000. In the undercover footage, Fergie met with an undercover reporter pitching access to Prince Andrew for business purposes. She even suggested the payment could be made to someone else, hinting at a future investment opportunity. The scandal sparked public outrage and condemnation, Selling access to a royal was seen as a betrayal of trust and a blow to the monarchy's integrity. Many were shocked by Fergie's willingness to cash in on her royal ties. Fergie later apologized publicly, admitting a serious lapse in judgment due to financial woes. Buckingham Palace distanced itself from her actions, stating Prince Andrew had no involvement. The fallout was harsh. Fergie faced media ridicule and criticism, and her relationship with the royals strained. She was excluded from many royal events. But Fergie didn't stay down. She focused on philanthropy, trying to repair her reputation. Her efforts earned her back some public respect and admiration over the years, showing that even after a royal scandal, there's room for redemption. Prince Charles's financial scandals, allegations, and controversies. Prince Charles, Queen Elizabeth II's eldest son, has been dogged by allegations of financial impropriety surrounding his charities. Accusations include mismanagement and claims of exchanging donations for honors, stirring concerns about ethical conduct within the royal sphere. The Prince's Foundation, Charles's charity, faced scrutiny in 2019 over financial practices like offshore accounts and questionable donations. Critics highlighted a lack of transparency and oversight, raising eyebrows over potential conflicts of interest. Another bone of contention is the alleged quid pro quo of donations for honors. Wealthy donors supposedly received knighthoods and other prestigious titles, casting doubt on the integrity of the honor system and the influence of money. These scandals have dented Charles's reputation, fueling doubts about his suitability for the throne. Critics argue they erode public trust in the monarchy and question Charles's commitment to ethical governance. Charles and his camp have staunchly denied wrongdoing, asserting their charity's integrity. They maintain that the allegations are baseless and that the Prince's Foundation upholds high standards. Still, the controversies persist, spurring ongoing debate and scrutiny. The fallout has led to calls for reform within the royal fold. Advocates demand greater transparency, oversight, and accountability to safeguard the monarchy's integrity and regain public confidence. Some push for an independent probe to address concerns and restore trust in royal charity. Princess Margaret's romance with Peter Townsend. Let's delve into the captivating love story of Princess Margaret, sister of Queen Elizabeth II, and Group Captain Peter Townsend, a decorated RAF pilot and equerry which captivated the public eye in the 1950s. Their romance first stirred public interest in 1953, when Princess Margaret was photographed delicately brushing lint off Townsend's jacket at Queen Elizabeth II's coronation. This seemingly small gesture hinted at a deeper connection between them, despite the significant obstacles they faced. Townsend, 16 years Margaret's senior and a divorced man, posed a challenge due to the Church of England's strict stance on divorce and remarriage. The monarchy and government, wary of potential repercussions for the church and the monarchy, advised against their union. Notably, Prime Minister Winston Churchill and Archbishop of Canterbury Geoffrey Fisher voiced opposition. For Princess Margaret to marry Townsend, she would have to renounce her royal privileges and titles, a weighty sacrifice indeed. After much contemplation and external pressure, Princess Margaret made a heartfelt announcement on October 31, 1955, ending her engagement to Peter Townsend. She expressed her deep affection for him but emphasized her duty to the crown above personal desires. Her statement poignantly reflected her inner conflict. "I would like it to be known that I have decided not to marry Group Captain Peter Townsend." The conclusion of her relationship with Townsend left a lasting impact on Princess Margaret. Though she remained a beloved figure, she was often viewed through a lens of tragedy, a woman forced to relinquish personal happiness for royal duty. In 1960, she married Anthony Armstrong Jones, 1st Earl of Snowdon, a union marked by its own challenges and ultimately ended in divorce in 1978. Princess Margaret's poignant romance with Townsend continues to symbolize the tension between personal desires and royal obligations, etching itself as a compelling chapter in the annals of the British royal family. The Queen Mother's smoking habit. Let's uncover a lesser-known aspect of the Queen Mother's life, her discreet but persistent habit of smoking, which remained largely hidden from public view despite her prominent role as a beloved royal figure. Throughout her life, the Queen Mother was often spotted with a cigarette in hand, whether at official events or in more private settings. However, the royal household took careful measures to ensure that photographs or reports of her smoking did not attract undue attention in the media. This discreet management of her habit reflects the societal norms of the time when smoking was more widely accepted, particularly among the upper echelons of society. While those close to her were aware of her smoking, it remained a topic that received little public scrutiny. Instead, the Queen Mother's public persona was defined by her unwavering dedication to her royal duties, her tireless support for charitable causes, and her remarkable resilience in times of adversity, such as during World War II. As awareness of the health risks associated with smoking grew and societal attitudes shifted, the Queen Mother's habit gradually faded from public consciousness. However, it remains a lesser-known aspect of her personal life, concealed behind the carefully crafted image of a beloved royal matriarch. Queen Victoria's romance. Let's peer behind the veil of royal decorum to uncover a fascinating aspect of Queen Victoria's personal life: her unconventional and deeply intimate relationship with her Scottish servant, John Brown. Following the death of her beloved husband, Prince Albert, in 1861, Queen Victoria found solace in the presence of John Brown, who served as her personal attendant. Brown quickly became more than just a servant. He was a trusted confidant and a pillar of support during Victoria's time of mourning. Despite their undeniable closeness, official accounts of Victoria's life glossed over the true nature of her bond with Brown. Victoria's advisors and members of the royal household worked to maintain the illusion of her as a devoted widow, rather than acknowledging the romantic attachment she had formed with her servant. Yet, whispers and rumors about Victoria and Brown's relationship persisted, fueled by their constant companionship and the Queen's public displays of affection towards him. Their intimate bond became a subject of fascination and gossip among the court and the wider public, although it was often dismissed or overlooked by official channels. Even after Victoria's passing in 1901, efforts were made to sanitize her legacy. Her daughter, Princess Beatrice, edited and censored the Queen's journals, removing any references to her relationship with John Brown in a bid to preserve her mother's reputation. However, traces of their romance endure in letters, diaries, and other historical documents, shedding light on this clandestine aspect of Victoria's personal life. Today, Queen Victoria's relationship with John Brown is recognized as a significant and poignant chapter in her story, challenging conventional notions of royal propriety and offering a glimpse into the complexities of love and companionship within the highest echelons of society. Their tale serves as a poignant reminder that even the most powerful figures in history are not immune to the profound pull of human emotion and connection. Diana's mental health struggles. Princess Diana's radiant public persona concealed a profound battle with mental health issues, notably bulimia. Diana's journey with bulimia, an eating disorder characterized by cycles of binge eating and purging, began early in her marriage to Prince Charles and persisted throughout her life. Behind the glamour of her royal engagements, Diana silently grappled with the emotional turmoil and physical consequences of her illness. Alongside bulimia, Diana faced other mental health challenges, including depression, anxiety, and a profound sense of isolation within the confines of the royal household. The relentless pressures of royal life, exacerbated by intense media scrutiny and personal struggles within her marriage, took an immense toll on her well-being. Sadly, Diana's struggles with mental health were largely unrecognized and unaddressed by the royal family during her lifetime, reflecting the pervasive stigma surrounding mental illness, particularly within aristocratic circles. It wasn't until after her tragic passing in 1997 that the full extent of Diana's mental health battles came to light. In the years following her death, her sons, Princes William and Harry, have bravely spoken out about their mother's struggles, championing mental health awareness and advocacy. Diana's legacy transcends her iconic fashion sense and humanitarian endeavors. It encompasses her courage in confronting her own mental health challenges and speaking candidly about them. By breaking down barriers and challenging stigma, Diana continues to inspire others to seek support and understanding in their own mental health journeys. Royal drug use. There were persistent rumors and speculation surrounding drug use among members of the royal family, shedding light on the complexities of their private lives amidst the glare of public scrutiny. While concrete evidence to substantiate these claims has been elusive, whispers of drug use have periodically surfaced, igniting curiosity and intrigue about the inner workings of the monarchy. The royal family's meticulous control over their public image, crafted to embody tradition, dignity, and responsibility, has often overshadowed discussions of such sensational allegations. Despite the challenges in verifying these rumors, tabloid reports and anecdotal accounts have occasionally hinted at the possibility of drug experimentation or recreational use within royal circles. These speculations, though often lacking in concrete evidence, contribute to the aura of mystery surrounding the personal lives of the royals. It's essential to recognize that members of the royal family, like anyone else, are susceptible to the pressures and temptations of modern life. The intense scrutiny they face, coupled with the privileges and constraints of their position, may expose them to unique challenges and vulnerabilities. While the veracity of these rumors remains uncertain, They serve as a sobering reminder of the complexities inherent in the public perception of monarchy. Beyond the regal façade lie human beings grappling with the same frailties and temptations as any other, albeit within the extraordinary framework of privilege and responsibility. Princess Anne's kidnapping attempt. Let's delve into the harrowing events of 1974 when Princess Anne, daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, found herself at the center of a daring kidnapping attempt that shook the British royal family and the entire nation. It was the evening of March 20th when Princess Anne and her husband, Captain Mark Phillips, were returning to Buckingham Palace after attending a charity event. As their car slowed down on the Mall, a lone gunman, Ian Ball, suddenly appeared, brandishing a handgun and blocking their path. In a moment of sheer terror, Ball demanded that Princess Anne exit the vehicle with him. However, Princess Anne, displaying incredible courage and resolve, refused to comply with her assailant despite the imminent danger. Amidst the chaos, Princess Anne's personal protection officer, Inspector James Beaton, and chauffeur Alex Callender sprang into action, attempting to thwart the kidnapping. Tragically, both were shot by Ball in the process. However, their bravery didn't waver as they continued to fight back alongside a courageous passerby, Ronald Russell, who intervened to assist. Thanks to the heroic efforts of those involved, the attempted kidnapping was foiled, and Princess Anne and her husband emerged physically unharmed. Ian Ball was swiftly apprehended at the scene and later convicted of attempted murder and other charges. The shocking incident underscored the vulnerability of even the most prominent members of the royal family to security threats, prompting a thorough review and strengthening of security measures. It also served as a poignant reminder of Princess Anne's remarkable strength of character and the unwavering dedication of those tasked with ensuring her safety. The attempted kidnapping of Princess Anne remains a pivotal moment in her life, a testament to her resilience in the face of adversity, and a testament to the bravery of those who risked their lives to protect her. Edward VIII's fascination with Hitler. There has been much speculation about the intriguing and controversial relationship between King Edward VIII and Adolf Hitler, shedding light on a chapter of history shrouded in debate and scrutiny. During his reign as king, Edward's admiration for Hitler and Nazi Germany's authoritarian regime gradually came to the fore. Reports suggested that he held favorable views towards Hitler's leadership style and nationalist agenda, seeing it as a potential solution to the social and economic challenges gripping Europe at the time. Despite murmurs of concern among certain circles about Edward's political leanings, the British press, adhering to a tradition of royal deference, largely refrained from reporting on his views. However, whispers about his sympathies for the Nazi regime began to circulate, hinting at a deeper complexity to his reign. It wasn't until after Edward's abdication, prompted by his desire to marry the American divorcee Wallis Simpson, that the extent of his admiration for Hitler came to light. Revelations about his private conversations and correspondence with Nazi officials cast a sobering light on his political leanings and associations. With the constraints of royal protocol lifted, the British press embarked on a probing examination of Edward's past, unearthing his connections to Nazi Germany. The revelation of his sympathy for Hitler elicited shock and condemnation, sparking a re-evaluation of his legacy and reign. Today, Edward VIII's fascination with Hitler stands as a stark reminder of the dangers inherent in unchecked royal influence on political affairs. It underscores the imperative of transparency and accountability in scrutinizing the actions and beliefs of those entrusted with positions of authority, regardless of their standing in society. Prince Charles's paternity rumors. Let's delve into the long-standing rumors surrounding the paternity of Prince Harry, which have sparked intrigue and speculation about the inner workings of the royal family. These rumors emerged amidst the tumultuous breakdown of Prince Charles's marriage to Princess Diana, a period marked by intense media scrutiny and public fascination. Amidst the chaos, gossip swirled about the personal lives of the royal couple, giving rise to speculation about the parentage of their son, Prince Harry. Some seized upon the physical resemblance between Prince Harry and James Hewitt, a former British Army officer with whom Princess Diana had an affair, as fuel for these rumors. However, it's crucial to emphasize that physical similarities alone do not establish parentage, a fact acknowledged by both Prince Harry and Prince Charles. Despite their persistent presence, the royal family has chosen not to dignify these rumors with official responses, treating Prince Harry's parentage as a private matter. Instead, the focus remains on his contributions within the royal family and his philanthropic efforts. In recent years, Prince Harry has spoken openly about the toll that such speculation and media scrutiny have taken on his mental health. The invasion of privacy surrounding his family history underscores the challenges of growing up under the public gaze and navigating the complexities of royal life. Ultimately, the enduring rumors surrounding Prince Harry's paternity serve as a testament to the intense public interest in the royal family's private affairs. Despite lacking substantial evidence, these claims persist in the realm of tabloid gossip, highlighting the enduring fascination with the lives of royalty. Royal family investments. The financial investments of the British royal family have been a topic of interest and scrutiny, prompting questions about the ethical implications of their holdings. While the details of these investments are not fully transparent to the public, there have been reports suggesting involvement in industries with controversial reputations, such as arms manufacturing and environmentally damaging sectors. One area of concern revolves around purported investments in companies linked to the arms trade, raising ethical dilemmas about profiting from weapons sales. This has drawn criticism from those who view the monarchy as a symbol of peace and diplomacy, questioning the alignment of such investments with these values. Similarly, reports have surfaced suggesting investments in industries with significant environmental footprints, like fossil fuels and deforestation. This has sparked concerns about the potential contribution of royal finances to climate change and environmental harm, contrasting with the global push for sustainable investment practices. Despite these concerns, the specifics of the royal family's investments remain largely undisclosed, managed by entities like the Crown Estate and Duchies of Cornwall and Lancaster. Calls for greater transparency and accountability in royal finances persist, yet the monarchy has historically maintained a level of privacy and confidentiality regarding its financial affairs. The controversy surrounding these investments highlights the ongoing tension between tradition and modern expectations of public accountability. As discussions around ethical investing and corporate responsibility evolve, the role of the monarchy in reflecting and shaping societal values continues to be a subject of debate and scrutiny. Prince Harry's struggles. Prince Harry, the younger son of Princess Diana and Prince Charles, has grappled with significant mental health challenges, particularly following the tragic death of his mother in 1997. Despite the immense public mourning and scrutiny that accompanied Princess Diana's passing, Prince Harry's personal struggles were not widely discussed or acknowledged until recent years, when he began to speak openly about his experiences. The loss of Princess Diana at a young age deeply affected Prince Harry, thrusting him into a whirlwind of grief, confusion, and emotional turmoil. As a member of the royal family, he faced the added pressure of public expectations and the relentless media spotlight, which compounded his struggles and made it difficult to process his emotions in private. For years, Prince Harry grappled with the weight of his grief and the challenges of navigating life as a royal amidst intense public scrutiny. His journey towards healing and resilience was a deeply personal one, marked by moments of introspection, self-discovery, and ultimately a willingness to confront his mental health struggles head-on. In recent years, Prince Harry has emerged as a vocal advocate for mental health awareness, using his platform to destigmatize conversations around emotional well-being and encourage others to seek help and support. Through candid interviews, public appearances, and his involvement in initiatives like Heads Together, Prince Harry has helped raise awareness about the importance of prioritizing mental health and seeking help when needed. By sharing his own story of resilience and recovery, Prince Harry has inspired countless individuals to seek support for their own mental health struggles and fostered a greater sense of understanding and empathy within society. His advocacy work has not only had a profound impact on those directly affected by mental illness, but has also helped challenge societal attitudes and perceptions surrounding mental health. King George V's reign, allegations of colonial oppression. Let's talk about King George V's time on the throne from 1910 to 1936, which was right in the middle of a big colonial boom and some serious unrest. Now, there's been some talk suggesting that King George V might have had something to do with how harshly the British colonies were treated, and including the terrible Amritsar massacre. So during King George V's rule, the British Empire was at its peak, with colonies scattered all over the map. But here's the thing, a lot of people in those colonies weren't too happy about being ruled by a faraway kingdom. There were protests and revolts popping up all over the place, from India to Ireland, and things got pretty messy. One of the darkest episodes of British colonial rule occurred in 1919 in Amritsar, India. On April 13th, British troops under the command of General Reginald Dyer opened fire on unarmed civilians gathered at Jallianwala Bagh, a public garden, killing hundreds and injuring thousands. The massacre was a brutal display of British colonial violence and sparked outrage and condemnation worldwide. Allegations against King George V. Now, when it comes to King George V, no one's saying he pulled the trigger himself, but there are allegations that suggest that he might have been in on the whole oppressive colonial vibe. Critics say his government's decisions and policies helped keep the colonies under control and exploit their resources. Looking back, King George V's reign is a mixed bag. Sure, he did some good stuff like giving more people the right to vote and seeing the rise of the Labour Party in Britain, but then there's this whole colonial mess hanging over his legacy. Some people see him as the face of British imperialism, while others say he was just a guy trying to rule in a complicated time. So the debate rages on about King George V and his role in all this colonial drama. It's a reminder that history is messy, and even kings have their share of controversy. Princess Anne's divorce. Anne and Mark's divorce flew under the radar compared to other royal breakups, and there are a few reasons why. For starters, it happened during a time when the royal family was already dealing with plenty of drama, like Charles and Diana's split. With all that going on, Anne's divorce didn't make as many waves. Plus, Anne and Mark weren't exactly tabloid favorites. They preferred to keep things low-key, staying out of the spotlight whenever they could. Their down-to-earth approach meant their divorce didn't attract the same level of attention as other royal dramas. Unlike some other royal splits, Anne and Mark handled their divorce with a degree of privacy and dignity. While the press reported on their separation, it didn't turn into a media circus like some other royal scandals. In the end, Anne and Mark's divorce might not have been front-page news, but it allowed Anne to focus on her royal duties without the distraction of a messy public breakup. It's a testament to her strength and commitment to her role within the royal family. The British royal family dances a delicate tango between privacy and public scrutiny, a challenge faced by many in the public eye. Laws strive to strike a balance, recognizing everyone's right to some privacy, even famous folks like royalty. But being in the spotlight means every move gets dissected, especially for a family as storied and iconic as the royals. People can't get enough of peeking behind the royal curtain, driven by a mix of awe, nosiness, and a desire to feel connected to these larger-than-life figures. This interest has its perks, keeping the monarchy relevant, but it also means the family faces a constant barrage of prying eyes and judgment. The royals naturally want to keep some things under wraps, just like anyone else. But with the public's insatiable appetite for royal gossip, privacy becomes a scarce commodity. The media plays a big role here, turning private matters into headline news, often without the royals' consent. In the end, the royal family's struggle with secrecy and privacy mirrors a broader debate about where the line should be drawn between public interest and personal space. It's a reminder that even with all the pomp and circumstance, royals are people too, entitled to their privacy as they navigate their very public lives. As society evolves, so will the conversation around what's fair game and what's off limits, with the royal family right in the middle of it all. Hope you loved listening to the Royal Tea. Do you know of any other royal secrets? Share them in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.